which personally I love a back three because you have individual jobs to do. One big miss specifically tonight will be Dumfries. The way Inzaghi plays, I actually feel I want to see Inzaghi get through a high press because Costa rightly said so. Because the way Bayern play, they have a leaky defense. Because if you look at the lineup itself, it's set up as a 3-5-2 with both the wing backs or the wingers coming in and helping Bastoni and Pavard in their centre backs position. Today you'll have Carlos and Damian doing that role.
That midfield is packed, isn't it?
Those names that you see in the midfield is a wealth of experience. And if you look at the front line, experience of Lautaro. The way Bayern play, they have a leaky defense. The goals that Thuram has been scoring are, man, for me, he's one of the most energetic and the most entertaining strikers to look at with his movement, by the way, not the goals that he scores.
And Martinez, we have to give him so much credit because Thuram, we've seen Dzeko, we've seen Lukaku. He has been the foil with everyone. He adjusts with everyone, doesn't he?
As a striker, I like two strikers, and I think Inzaghi has done that very well with the fullbacks coming into a back five. That just shows the fitness levels of this team, number one. And then when they move forward, they have two strikers. It's always difficult for any defense to be marking. Look, you're already inside the box. You have Inter Milan players waiting. When you have players already waiting, even the defensive line opposite you is going to think, do we go close them down? And if you don't go close them down, that's the strike from Thuram that we're watching right now.
Against Feyenoord.
And there was another goal that he scored at the far post with a header. That just shows you that this striker is not only good on the floor or playing along the ground, but also very dangerous in air. And when you have somebody that can bring two things to the table and getting Martinez involved with it, it's a lethal combination, in my opinion.
It certainly is, and with the experience of Inzaghi as well. We got a tweet coming in for Kaustubh from Hemant. Say question for you, of course. How do you think Inzaghi will adapt with regards to Bayern's system given his versatility?
I think it's a very good question because I think what Inzaghi really has done well across his career, be it even with Lazio, be it any phase of play, he's nailed it. He's completely... It's almost as if they're perfect at every phase of play, be it while building from the back, while playing through the midfield or in the final third, any playing style. So the back three, which a lot of fans associate with defensive football, that's not Inzaghi. And perhaps that wasn't even Conte for that matter. It's fairly flexible. He can, they have so many flexible fullbacks, so many flexible centre backs who can cover wide spaces, midfielders who can play in the wide spaces, who can drop deeper. It's a complete team. They can do pretty much everything in any shape.
They certainly can, and Harry Kane will be leading the line for Bayern Munich, of course. Look at the high-intensity pressures in the final third from Bayern. They have a few injury worries at the back. They don't have Davis, they don't have Upamecano. Musiala is a huge miss for them, but Harry Kane does start up top for them, and this is how they line up. The goalkeeping situation is interesting as well, Robin.
The goalkeeping position is something that will be of interest, but for me, the combination of Kim and Dyer, their communication has to be key, because now both the centre backs don't only have to deal with one striker but two of them. When you move forward, you've got Harry Kane, who's been scoring goals in every competition for them. Yes, he's lethal, but I feel when you go pressing high up with the pace that Thuram will bring, it's going to cause issues to Bayern as well. So if they can lock it at the back defensively, Bayern, we know for a fact that Harry Kane can score goals. But Costa said it right, that Inzaghi has adapted to the football that is brought to him. And for me, that could be a problem for Bayern. They will play football. You've got Olise, who's great on the ball. You've got Harry Kane, who's been brilliant. You've got Leroy Sané also, who's been... we know what their abilities are. But defensively, one thing that we support Italian football with is defensive performances. And we know there's going to be a masterclass, I feel, from Inzaghi tonight.
You think because of the players absent for Bayern Munich, they might be vulnerable defensively? Another tweet coming in using the hashtag, of course, Champions Key Charcha, with the depleted Bayern back for reserve goalkeeper Urbik starting tonight, and no Musiala either. Should Inter focus on going for the away win tonight instead of just keeping it tight?
It's weird because Bayern haven't lost at home in a Champions League game in over 10 years. I mean, United took them on, came close, couldn't really do it. Teams just can't beat them away from at home at the Allianz Arena. And this is probably the best time in ages for a team to beat Bayern.
And look at this venue. It's so intimidating, isn't it? I mean, this is, of course, the venue of the Champions League final as well. And Bayern Munich will be desperate to make it into the final on 1st of June. And Olise will be a key. All right, let's talk with you about Olise. Signing of the season for Bayern Munich, from German Bundesliga
Definitely.
point of view?
I mean, not in terms of the money they spent on him, but in terms of the impact, definitely.
Yeah, these are the numbers. This is the impact of it.
He's been absolutely brilliant. You can see as soon as you've signed him, and this is also like a winger we're talking about. You know, you got Harry Kane scoring his fair share of goals, and you got Olise joining in and getting you 13 goals. He's been involved in the progressive carries. For me, that just shows you the confidence to take on players one-on-one. 37 shots on target. You know, the expected goal ratios as well. These numbers for somebody like an Olise is brilliant. You know, most chances when you look at the chances created in the Champions League itself, it's Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
So for me, they will create chances.
But the 8 of Musiala will be missing, but still 19 big chances in 10 odd games. It's going to be crazy because the crosses from open play, Bayern have the most in the UEFA Champions League, and that is where, of course, someone like a Harry Kane is so lethal. You have Olise whipping it in, and you have Harry Kane scoring that goal. It's a recipe for goals, isn't it?
I mean, Acerbi is no stranger to pocketing some of the best centre forwards in the world. So he has a job to do today, and he's done it with Haaland about twice now. Did that in the final a couple of years ago, a couple of seasons ago. Did that in the group stage game, which Inter should have ideally won at the Etihad. And he has a big job on his hand. He's been brilliant this season. He's you know, no one expected him to be this good when he arrived. And he's a Inzaghi soldier, basically. Played with him over at Lazio. So it's a massive test for him. But at the same time, I feel like Kompany, at this point of time, one criticism has been his failure to adapt. That was his problem, you know it, at Burnley. When he was at Burnley, they came back up to the Premier League. They couldn't really adapt to the needs of the Premier League. And that's still been a criticism. Inzaghi is the exact opposite. So I feel like that's going to be very important, and Inter will somehow still adapt and just go get on with the situation.
Costa, your prediction for the first leg?
1-1.
1.
Because I think Bayern are difficult to beat at home.
Yeah.
But Inzaghi is the sort of, in European competitions, he just becomes his Italian version.
Sure.
He just goes with it. So I think they take a draw here in the next game at the Giuseppe Meazza. They just go and win it 1-0.
Your prediction?
I think 1-1. He's also spoken about fatigue from his previous encounter in the league. So I feel he'll want to keep it defensively tight and take it back home and get the win. I want Inter to go through over Bayern, to be honest.
Oh, and I just want to remind everyone out there that the winner of this tie is going to be playing the winner of Barcelona or Borussia Dortmund. Just a reminder for everyone, if you want to watch this great game, you have to watch it on Sony Sports 10.1 and Sony Sports 10.1 HD. And on Sony Sports 10.2, 10.3, 10.4, of course, we have the small matter of Arsenal versus Real Madrid. Harry Kane will be leading the line in Germany up against the other hitman, of course, Lautaro Martinez. Inter through and through, desperate to win in Europe. Saka is back for Arsenal. They needed him. Will he deliver on the big stage? He said that this is the biggest game of his career. Vinicius, hungry to deliver once again for Real Madrid. He has in big games for Real Madrid. 15-time winners, of course, and Odegaard. It is the Odegaard derby up against his former employers. Mbappe moved to Real Madrid to win the big years. Can it be a big night for him? All the action from both the games fast approaching. Predictions on the other side.
This match is brought to you by MasterCard, UEFA Champions League sponsor.
हेलो एवरीवन, गुड इवनिंग, व्हाट्सअप, हाउ आर यू, कैसे आप सब, नमस्ते। मैं हूँ गेम हंटर PS5 ऑफिशियल और आज मैं पहली बार स्ट्रीम कर रहा हूँ अपना चैम्पियंस लीग फुटबॉल का लाइव मैच। डेफिनेटली मैं टेलीकास्ट तो नहीं दिखा सकता लाइव बिकॉज इट बी ए कॉपीराइट इशू, बट येस हम साथ में उसको देख सकते हैं। वी कैन ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड कि कैसा चल रहा है मैच, हु इज प्लेइंग बेटर. We can predict the score. We can just chill and watch along. I hope you are going to like it. And all football fans are welcome here. As you can see at the back, मैंने अपनी पूरी तैयारी कर ली है अपनी लाइव स्ट्रीम की रूम की. I hope you like it. And please आप अगर कमेंट करना चाहें तो प्लीज़ कर सकते हैं. और अब हम मैच स्टार्ट हो रहा है तो I think I need to switch over to the score line because I can't show the live match to live stream on YouTube. It could be a copyright issue. But yes, मैं आवाज ओपन करूंगा.
And you can see it, the embraces are there. I'm sure as friendly as it is right now. Once the whistle gets blown, both these boys will want to come up one better than the other. But I feel it's going to be a little difficult for Madrid, if I have to say, to keep a clean sheet. In the past 5 games, they haven't been able to keep any clean sheets. And if you look at the other side for Arsenal as well, they've only managed 2 wins in the past 5 games and only 1 clean sheet. So there will be goals in this competition. Marino will want to be the one to get on the score sheet, I feel, for Arsenal.
He has done a good job because he's not an out-and-out striker. He has scored important goals. And speaking of scoring important goals, Vinicius Junior, right? Many are saying 2025 has not been his year so far, but a great opportunity again.
I think every graph that goes down has the opportunity to go up, and I think that's the same thing we can speak about Vinicius Junior. We know his ability, and I'm sure he'll step up. He'll want to step up in a night where a lot of the eyes will be on how Mbappe is kept quiet, how Bellingham is kept quiet, which also means then you have the likes of Rodrigo and Vinicius who can step up and show their abilities in an away game.
And we see Odegaard with Modric, the captains for both the sides. Big game for Odegaard, of course. Didn't make the cut at Real Madrid. Now captains are what an opportunity it can be for him.
Absolutely. I think Odegaard will have a personal point to prove, but all of those personal battles in his head will be kept on the back burner tonight. He will want Arsenal to be up there and get their victory at home in this first leg of the encounter.
And this is a huge first leg for Arsenal. They certainly need some sort of advantage heading into the Bernabeu in Madrid in Spain. Odegaard leading the troops. Arsenal, of course, have never won UEFA Champions League. Real Madrid are not just the defending champions, but they are 15-time winners. It is hot out there. It is going to be intense. But before that, the anthem that we love so much. These are your champions.
Sony 10 Sports HD1 Challenger. And once again, thanks a lot to everyone for joining in. As I told previously, this is my first stream of the watch any match live. So I just wanted to experience that. I was just streaming all the gamings. But let's hope कि ये सब लोगों को पसंद आए और we can enjoy together as much as possible.
Star boy Saka is back. Missed a majority of the season, which unfortunately did ruin Arsenal's campaign in the Premier League, but he's back when it matters the most for Arsenal in the quarterfinal, in a game which he states is his biggest of his very young career. This is a young Arsenal team taking rise in the middle of the park as well, and this is a young coach in Arteta with one of the most experienced in Ancelotti.
Absolutely, I think it's a big night, not just in the middle of the park, but also on the sidelines. Arteta against Ancelotti. Arteta will want to show why he is the new age manager for Arsenal, and with that lineup, I think all eyes will also be on Kiwior, how he assembles himself, or how he sets up alongside Saliba, who will have his hands busy in the middle of the park. You've got Modric and Camavinga who will go against Rice and Partey, and then Martinelli and Saka will want to take on their fullbacks. Valverde on one side. Questions could be asked of Alaba, who's just coming back from an injury. So this Arsenal side, especially on the wings, could be an issue for the wing backs of of Real Madrid who love to attack themselves.
Martinelli, Rice and Timber on yellows, and if they get another one, they could be suspended. They could be suspended for the second leg. It is really, really intense. You can sense the atmosphere. Odegaard, Modric shaking hands. The embrace, Modric with the wealth of experience, the captain for Real.
It's going to be a battle of individuals that have to be won single-handedly against throughout the pitch. You can take Alaba, Valverde against Saka and also Martinelli up front. In the middle of the pitch, you've got Camavinga and Modric will come against Partey and Rice. And up front, you've got Vini and Mbappe together who will want to take on, you could say, Saliba and
Kivio. The first half is right here, right now. Enjoy. Arsenal are up against Real Madrid, the quarterfinals.
Should have been.
This match is brought to you by Oppo, UEFA Champions League sponsor.
That you've had in progress all week is put into practice right now. It's now or never. These Arsenal boys have worked exceptionally hard to get to this point, and they know they're up against Kylian Mbappe and a lot of top-class, world-class performers. So they've got to be at their very best, Arsenal. Real Madrid, I think, when I've watched them quite a lot this season, of course, capable of brilliance, but also capable of conceding chances.
The referee gets us underway, and the first leg of the quarter-final sees Real Madrid kicking from right to left in North London in their grey chain strip against Arsenal in the red and the white. A place in the last four of the Champions League. Over 2 legs, of course. And this is David Alaba in at left back with Mendy injured, taking the early throw for Real Madrid, which was misjudged quite badly actually by Jakub Kiwior. It's a comfortable save from Mbappe for David Raya, but an early misjudgment from the Arsenal centre-half.
Yeah, he just stepped in there, Kiwior, didn't he? Missed that. I actually thought Mbappe really should have gone to his right. That was an awful long way out so early in the game. No problem for David Raya. But again, it is that sort of night, and these are the games where momentary lapses in concentration can cost you so dear. You really do have to be on it right from the first whistle, right from the opening few seconds.
I think Kiwior will want as many early touches as he can get. He hasn't played a lot of football this season. Gabriel and Saliba is the normal unbreakable partnership at the back for Arsenal. They've been so effective, but Gabriel will not play again this season. Here goes Odegaard, finding Saka, so crucial for Arsenal's creativity that Odegaard and Saka can work together because they do it so well. And they haven't been able to do it enough this season. Both have suffered injuries this campaign. That's going to be a free kick.
Yeah, first of all, Arsenal played in a tight area to Lewis Skelly. Rodrigo it was, who was very quick to try and intercept. Just gets there a little too quick.
Here is Saka looking to his captain. Odegaard exchanging a pass with Julian Timber. Bellingham made half a block. Alaba with a header. Modric has only scuffed that in the direction of Odegaard. Jude Bellingham is there. Good challenge on him. Timber, Saka goes over. Modric caught him. It's a free kick to Arsenal here. It's only a pace outside the Real Madrid area.
Yeah.
So as you can see, the
actually from Luka Modric.
Live starts. Arsenal dominate.
Just outside the box, there's 1 or 2 challenges. Jude Bellingham hit the floor, didn't get the free kick. Bukayo Saka immediately did the right thing, picked the ball up, got straight at Modric, trying to get into the box. And as it is, he's set up for a free kick in a very good position here.
Saka been talking this week about his mental alertness, which he feels has benefited from the layoff that he had because of that hamstring injury. Come back hungry.
Oh, the good thing is Thibaut Courtois is also coming.
Just see Jakub Kiwior there, just telling everybody what routine they're about to try and play from this particular set piece. big stack of players behind Madrid.
Famous for their free kicks, Arsenal. Odegaard delivers here.
Wasn't
Oh, amazing!
And that's short as well, and it was given away really badly by Saka, who didn't really look. And scampering on here is Vinicius Junior. Deflects off Saliba into the gloves of David Raya. Bukayo Saka's error.
That's a huge let-off, because that's really careless from Bukayo Saka. I think if Vinny Junior plays this ball earlier, Kylian Mbappe is through one-on-one as it is. William Saliba does really well. Not to go too tight, not to close him down. He allows Vinny Junior to travel with the ball.
David Raya, who was a Barcelona youth player but has never played club football in his home country at senior level. That's looking for the run of Declan Rice. Covered by Raul Asensio. And another Spaniard in the Arsenal dugout.
Live win probability to have over Arsenal 20%, Real Madrid 20%. As usual, because Real Madrid has not been playing this last few weeks.
I think even he might say realistic chance of a trophy this season. It was kept in play by Camavinga when perhaps he might have been better letting it go. The clearance hasn't really done the job. Odegaard will spread that wide to Bukayo Saka. Saka's ball into a decent area and a little bit of a mix-up between Camavinga and Rudiger, who played it on to Eduardo Camavinga, and it's a corner. Could have been worse.
And again, this is what I mean about Real Madrid. As brilliant as they are, they can defend carelessly. Again, no Arsenal player there made a move to that front post. Someone should be running across there. But as it was a little bit unnecessary to concede a corner.
Had it been on target, I'm not sure Courtois would have got that.
No, probably wouldn't.
So just little errors by both sides defensively in the first 5-6 minutes of this quarter-final first leg. Bukayo Saka takes an in-swinging corner, which is punch safety first over the top for another by Courtois.
Taking no chances at all, Thibaut Courtois. They're happy to just knock that one away for another corner. Yeah, maybe he felt if he was going to try and hang on to that one, it just might have sneaked out of his hands.
So Saka with Arsenal corner 2.0 into the near post this time and into a very dangerous area. Felt like it could have fallen anywhere. It didn't fall for Arsenal. Vinicius Junior's forward ball is helped on by Kylian Mbappe. Red and white jerseys are retreating as Rodrigo cuts inside, and here is Camavinga and Modric, the evergreen. I think I'm right in saying Luka Modric joined Arsenal's North London rivals Tottenham 17 years ago.
Yeah, incredible. What a astonishing career he's had, and still very capable.
Modric with the curling ball into the run of Kylian Mbappe, but always favouring David Raya, who finds Thomas Partey. And Timber just had to accelerate to make sure Bellingham didn't get onto that. Declan Rice, one of 12 different goal scorers in the competition this season for Arsenal. Lewis Skelly, that's a good ball into Rice behind Camavinga. It's blocked by Raul Asensio.
Yeah, nice run. Just had a little bit more room than he might have thought there. Declan Rice, lovely touch.
Lovely. Mbappe just hurdling over the sliding Odegaard. David Alaba here. Now Vinicius Junior. he's trying to catch David Raya out at the near post.
Yeah, might have done there.
Match
See
is
how
balance.
quickly when Real Madrid
Building up a position,
go out of
then
possession.
they're trying to win the
And then when they win it back, how quickly they want to counter and want to get out. So this was that lovely corner floated in, rucker bodies under the near post. Actually, Thomas Partey looks like he heads that on to William Saliba, doesn't he, right on the line?
Well, if it hadn't hit Saliba, I think it's a goal.
I think it does, unless Jude Bellingham would have been able to step across and clear it, but it's incredible. We couldn't see that from the original angle. You can see Real Madrid, solid 4-4-2 when they don't have the ball. Vinicius Junior just in behind Mbappe, Bellingham off the left here, Rodrigo off the right. And of course, with Alaba in a full-back position tonight, as well as Federico Valverde in the right full-back position. So those guys can be tested by Martinelli and Saka, no question.
Partey. Lewis Skelly, very comfortable in that inverted full-back role. Here's Odegaard. Arsenal are strong in most areas, but they're perhaps strongest in the wide areas. And here is Gabriel Martinelli. Nice looking ball into the area, is headed firmly away by David Alaba, and then a little bit of an awkward one for Partey, couldn't quite control it. Here's Valverde. Problems with injury at full-back pretty much throughout the season, Real Madrid. We've really got a midfielder and a central defender playing full-back tonight for the visitors. Well, you could make a very strong case to say that nobody does it better.
Well, he's up there, isn't he? Right at the very, very top. I think Carlo Ancelotti, incredible record.
Odegaard.
Nice.
Timber. And Camavinga maybe just put his arm across Timber. Timber felt he should have got a free kick for that, but he hasn't.
He's nice and positive there, Jurgen Timber. I think he's got a case.
Yeah.
You cannot put your arms across people's chests like that and expect to get away with it, but on this occasion, in real time, a little bit faster there. He doesn't actually hold on to him for long, but I tend to agree with the Arsenal man. I think there was enough there. I like the way the referees are asking the boys to play on. I think that will always make for a better game early on. Important that the referees, I think, try and retain the upper hand, and I think by just letting the game go, you do that.
It's a very nice tempo about the early stages of this tie. A tie which you hope will be won by a desire to show attacking flair. Certainly that's been the trademark of both clubs, of course, as they come with Martinelli. Arsenal. Martinelli to the byline, and it just might fall for Mikel Merino. Partey shot in Courtois. It was straight down the middle from Thomas Partey, and Thibaut Courtois was straight behind it.
Great football, really good stuff. Martinelli doing exactly the right thing on that left side, getting out Valverde, cuts it back, and Thomas Partey going with a big side foot straight down the middle. Needed two goes at it, Thibaut Courtois. Great start to the game, Steve. Look, Madrid now have a corner. Seconds after, just for a little moment there, we all thought Thomas Partey might really thumb that one hard. As it was, he kind of tried to control it, little deflection, but I always think that one was always going to be pretty routine, actually, for Thibaut Courtois.
Yeah, I think they're just checking which part of the body the Courtois saved. The ball then hit Raul Asensio. It appeared to me it hit him somewhere about the thigh, but there is a VAR check going on here. Oh, it's for that. Okay.
It's got no, I mean, that's absolutely no chance there, Raul Asensio. I've got to be honest, that would be incredibly harsh, I feel, if that was to be given.
Well, Bastian Dankert is the video assistant referee, and now looking at this.
It's probably because the shot might well be on target.
Yeah.
But
positioning of the arm is always a factor.
I don't think he does a tremendous amount wrong with the arm, honestly. He's gone behind his back. But I tell you, the longer they look at this, the more I think.
Declan Rice with the shot. It's at very close quarters. But where the ball is going is a factor, as you say. Where the arm is being held is a factor. And they have decided it is not handball.
I think that's the right call.
Well, it would have been a slightly nervous 30 seconds for Real Madrid, that. But they have, any moment now, their first corner kick of the game. Haven't played 15 minutes yet, it's been terrific. Luka Modric drills it in. Raya with a two-fisted punch. Look how good distance he got on that. That was just saved, just by Valverde. Mbappe. This is Rodrigo back again. Jude Bellingham. Valverde. Mbappe. A lot to enjoy in the first 15 minutes. Arsenal with slightly over 2/3 of the possession. Both sides with little glimmers of goal. Arsenal maybe with more of a glimmer with that Partey header that hits Saliba, which had it not hit his teammate, might have been goal bound. Good possession here from Real Madrid. Had to travel a long way to get back to Courtois, but they did.
Not in a rush to do anything serious with the ball so far. They're just happy just to try and just quieten things down a little bit.
Rudiger. It was well read by Saliba, and Saka has just failed to keep that in play. Reigning champions, of course, Real Madrid, and what they did in 23-24 in lifting the trophy, which even they had never done before, was to win the European Cup or Champions League without losing a single fixture along the way. It's the first time in their history they've done that, 15th time winning it, of course. They've already lost 4 fixtures in the Champions League this season already, albeit with the longer format league stage, and take that into account. They also had to go through a knockout playoff round, but Carlo Ancelotti's side have been beaten 4 times in this season's Champions League already. Still in it though, aren't they?
Certainly are. I've really enjoyed the format this season. I think it's been excellent.
It's a foul by Odegaard. Well, it was absolutely fascinating in the latter stages of the league stage, as you say, Andy, to see some very, very big names indeed, having to work very hard just to get into the knockout playoff stage.
Correct.
Lewis Skelly's done well Gabriel Martinelli and Asensio timed that well.
Good challenge.
Once again,
Excellent work that Raul Asensio. Lovely play from Miles Lewis Skelly. Knocks the ball inside Valverde. He knows that Martinelli's quick enough to get there. But really good play from the centre half.
I think Mikel Arteta will be pretty happy with the 18 minutes we've seen so far. It's a good challenge by Declan Rice on Luka Modric. I don't think anyone would argue when Mikel Arteta said in his press duties that this is the biggest game of his managerial career.
Yeah, because it's the ultimate challenge in this competition to play Real Madrid over 2 matches. It's a huge test for him up against Carlo Ancelotti trying to outwit him. And I think we saw that expression on Mikel Arteta's face there, one of total concentration, and he knows that, again, there's no room for any errors, no room for lack of concentration. You can't accept that on these sort of occasions. You've got to make sure every single one of those Arsenal boys that they are spot on.
Courtois. Lewis Skelly, that's a nice looking ball. Declan Rice knocks it off to Mikel Merino. No foul by Camavinga. Couldn't reach Bellingham with the pass. Ødegaard onto it quickly. Camavinga again, no foul. And Rudiger with his long stride. Rodrigo cutting inside. Mbappe, Vinicius Junior, it was there. That little gap was there.
Yeah, he wasn't quite where David Alaba, I don't think, was going around him.
Arsenal fans unhappy. They felt Camavinga might have committed a couple of fouls in the build-up to this.
Do you know, I applaud the referee. I do think it's something nowadays that too many players go down too easily, immediately looking for a foul when there's not a lot in it. And I think it's good that the referee already has shown his authority. He's telling people to get back up on their feet, get on with the game. Not going to give those easy free kicks. But sometimes I think it's crept into the game too much.
And the tempo of the game is really good. Saliba for Ødegaard. Saka. Ooh, it was a nice idea that. Mikel Merino couldn't quite get onto it. Arsenal's makeshift striker, because of the various injuries they have. Havertz and Gabriel Jesus both injured at the moment. Mikel Merino has led that line right, actually. Got himself 4 goals, I think, since he's been playing up top for Arsenal.
I mean, he's done okay, no question about that. It's not ideal, and it's something that they've got to address, really. I'm sure this summer they'll be doing everything to acquire another centre forward. But, yeah, Mikel Merino has thrown himself at it. And that's all you can ask sometimes when you ask people to play at a position that they commit to it. He's certainly done that. I think 22 minutes in, I think Arsenal had healthy possession of the ball. I think at times they've managed to play their way through Real Madrid, and they've got at those fullbacks in the wide areas. They just now need to start working Courtois a little more.
Just that Partey effort, which required saving so far.
A couple of corners whipped in under the bar, a little bit tricky. Particularly the one that Saliba seemed to hit him on the line.
Here is Partey. Oh, Saliba to win that, and he hasn't. Vinicius Junior forward to Mbappe. and the flag goes up. It would not have counted. He did look offside. He couldn't finish it, so that's academic.
It's a dangerous ball that they've played here. A really dangerous ball. Yakin Kivior it was that did it. You can see Mbappe there. He's just half a yard offside. Vinicius Junior puts him in, but those square passes, they have to find their target. They really do. If they get cut out, you're in massive trouble.
"32 goals and counting in his first season with Real Madrid, 7 of them in this competition.
Guys, I hope after background
And this is a painful one. You could see how that came about in a little tangle with the Real Madrid striker, and Mikel Arteta certainly doesn't need any more defensive injuries. Timber has been in and out because of injury pretty much throughout his Arsenal career, which is nearly 2 seasons old now.
He might have just rolled his ankle a little bit there. That's not good. He doesn't look like he's moving too well at all there. Whilst Camavinga and the coach just try and sort a few issues out.
Well, he got injured right at the start of his debut season in England and only made 3 appearances last season. He's been able to play far more this, but has still missed quite a few with various injuries. And it's not moving very comfortably at the moment. He might be able to run it off. I hope so.
Just to summarize what everyone who is tuning in now into the stream,
Lewis Skelly.
I think 7 kilometers personally.
Timber is back on, as you can see.
Slow and steady in the play.
Here's Thomas Partey. Saka. Not entirely comfortable for Camavinga, but Courtois is there.
These are the stats.
Yeah, looking for another little pass there, Bukayo Saka. I think he hit that. It's on his left foot, on the edge of the box. Have a go. What a great throw that is from the goalkeeper.
Rodrigo back into Mbappe. Saliba had to be strong against his countryman and was, but it's one back as Lewis Skelly was knocked off it. And here comes Kylian Mbappe again, surrounded by 3. It's a good challenge.
Nice pass by Ray.
Mbappe for Rodrigo.
So Norbert is leading the line for Real Madrid, and as he would last this is the lineup. Passing is from the 4-3 formation. Real Madrid.
Nicely done, Rudiger. Saliba, neat. Timber seems to be moving smoothly now. Odegaard forward, but not quite where Saka expected it to go. Mbappe making the run.
See the position Miles Lewis Skelly looks stepping into that midfield area. It's so, but if it goes to Kivior, he can go in one pass straight to Martinelli. It gives him a little bit more room and a little bit more time to run at Valverde.
Yes,
Saka.
second to you.
Odegaard. Well timed. Kamavinga.
Meanwhile, जिसके स्कोर्स को नया इंटर का अच्छा यहाँ पे भी ड्रॉप 0-0 okay. Bayern has way more shots as compared to the second.
It's absolutely engrossing.
New York players not even in these situations.
Saliba to Thomas Partey as Arsenal try and tease some space out of Real Madrid's system. Lewis Skelly behind Saka. It's a shame.
Yeah, but he's, for such a young man, brave enough to go and step in there. Of course, it's part of what Arsenal will have worked on. He's good enough and technical enough to handle it and receive it in there and amongst such illustrious company. No problem to him in that respect.
Modric wins a goal kick. The back heel just flicking off Declan Rice. Half an hour in, that's how we stand. What constitutes, do you think, a decent first leg scoreline for Arsenal from their home leg against the opponents?
If it's 0-0, but they've had a decent amount of possession and they look like they're able to make some inroads. There's nothing wrong with that.
They'd love to take a lead to Madrid, but they don't necessarily have to. Here's Jude Bellingham, that's a lovely ball, this is dangerous. Mbappe! Oh. David Raya makes a save, which is crucial and maybe a bit more comfortable than he might have expected.
Yeah, I agree, Steve. Fabulous play from Jude Bellingham. I thought Mbappe was going to do more with that.
Meanwhile, Martinelli taking on Valverde. Rudiger did very well with that, Antonio Rudiger.
Love the way the game is swinging from one end to the other very quickly. I mean, that's probably the best chance of the game, killing Mbappe there. Brilliant ball from Jude Bellingham, as I say. Oh, and a slip.
Oh, a slip here. Vinicius Junior is just about onto it. Timber only to Mbappe. Rodrigo's to his right-hand side. Here he is. Bellingham inside the area now. That flicks up off the Arsenal left-back mask. Lewis Skelly. And Real Madrid will have a corner kick.
Great run. Mbappe there. And he is so quick. Nobody is going to get anywhere near him as fast as William Saliba is. He's not going to catch him. It was just that I think we all thought he would aim that one outside of the far post and try and bring it back in. As it was a comfortable stop in the end for David Raya.
Playing with a big smile on his face, Kylian Mbappe.
Boys and girls,
it's a real chance.
Other videos on my channel, like the channel, like the content, please subscribe, like, share, do comment as well. I always try to play the.
In goes the Real Madrid corner kick, and then out it goes from Saka's left-footed volley clearance. Won the old European Cup twice as a player, Carlo Ancelotti, to add to his litany of wins as a coach. One of only 7 men to win it as player and coach, and the only coach to win it 5 times.
This is my first renewal of the
Mbappe. Vinicius Junior.
Once again, the cross. Nice.
Mbappe's done really well there. Done brilliantly. The whistler's gone. And it's a foul. Look at Marino. It's a great play here.
Oh, it's a lovely little dummy coming up just there. And Marino gets fouled. Great skill. There's been a little bit of menace about Real Madrid the last 15 minutes. When Arsenal have conceded possession or they have intercepted, they've looked a lot more threatening. First 20 minutes, thought Arsenal looked good and they themselves had a good amount of possession. Since then, Madrid have come back into it.
Odegaard. You can see this being out of line. In different angles as well.
Trying to work in tandem again, Odegaard and Saka. Partey should keep that in Arsenal's grip and does. Kivior. Arsenal throwing. Just approaching the last 10 minutes of normal time in this first half, which may not have produced any goals, but it hasn't disappointed.
No, it's got that feel about the game, hasn't it? You can sense there's so much riding on it. There's potentially an awful lot of quality out there, and if both teams approach the second half like that, this one, I'm sure we're going to get goals.
Martinelli eventually losing out to Rodrigo, who is helping out Valverde. Modric, and then forward by Federico Valverde. It's a lovely touch by Vinicius Junior, and a foul.
See, I don't think there's anything much in that, I'll be honest. Yes, there's a little tap, but there was that delay before Vinicius Junior decided to go down there.
This is Camavinga.
It's pretty tight. Arsenal just edging it, but as I said, last 15 minutes in particular, I think Real Madrid have had the better of it and have looked more dangerous.
And they've had Real Madrid 5 attempts at goal to Arsenal's 2. In terms of attempts on goal, it's 2-1 in Real Madrid's favour. Modric. Turned 40 in the autumn. Good head of that, backpedaling by Luis Skelly. Martinelli exchanging a 1-2 with Partey, and then Marino getting it wide. Declan Rice here. Martinelli has made a forward run. Rice comes inside instead. And chops one delightfully away to Odegaard, who advances threateningly and gives it to Saka. Saka trying to dance away from Bellingham. He put it into a fabulous area. I don't know how far away from that Declan Rice was, but it couldn't have been far.
What a ball. What a brilliant ball that was from Bukayo Saka. Great play initially, lovely switch to Odegaard. That's where the room was, the space was. And then when Bukayo Saka gets it, he sets up Jude Bellingham, gets beyond him and just fires it. Does everything right. Just fire it across that 6-yard box, and someone has got to gamble and try and get on the end of it.
Luis Skelly to Martinelli.
Nice.
Valverde did very well to get a foot in.
Yeah. Strong, isn't he? Federico Valverde done well there. A couple of those one-on-one situations against Martinelli.
Well, I'm dying to see the close-up of that Saka cross.
Oh.
Kept in by Rodrigo.
Come on, Mbappe. Show some magic tricks to the ball.
Bellingham. Asensio's forward ball, Modric helping it on its way to Rodrigo. Modric again. Camavinga.
As usual, Bellingham सोचा कि मैं थोड़ा सा अगर ले जाऊंगा
Timber won the header well. Nice little touch off to Partey. Here is Bukayo Saka.
Oh, nice!
Odegaard, Saka in behind Alaba, turning it square again. And again, no red and white shirt there. It's behind Martinelli and too far in front of Mikel Merino, but he keeps putting it in there.
Yeah, I think Bukayo Saka can give David Alaba all sorts of problems.
Flick off Rudiger, maybe?
Yeah, just a little glance there that just took it behind the onrushing red and white shirts. But the quicker they get it out here and let him get one-on-one with Alaba, I think Arsenal can really profit from that.
Camavinga forward, and that's a foul on Kylian Mbappe. Kivio.
Here we go. Yeah, this is that moment when he stands up, Jude Bellingham, and fires. That was the first one, actually. It was Thibaut Courtois who got a really important little hand on that, fingertips even. Perhaps a little bit more, it would have dropped right into the path of Mikel Merino.
Rodrigo ने सोचा कि कोई तो रन मारेगा. Ball is back to us now. Once again.
Rice for Partey.
Slowly and steadily build up. Position. Come on, guys, come on.
Saliba. Odegaard.
second leg में Santiago Bernabeu
Saka's with the back heel. Vinicius Junior now in a race with Partey.
Great play that. Thomas Partey making sure he tracks Vinicius Junior shoulder to shoulder and wins the challenge, gets the throw in. Good finish to the half from Arsenal,
who are unbeaten in their last 10 Champions League games in this stadium. However, their record in Champions League quarterfinals is not terrific. Real Madrid's is unsurpassed, it won't surprise you to learn. Kivio. semi-finals of the competition for the 5th season running holders. Saka. Skelly thought there might be a gap, still thinks there might be a gap. Partey for Timber. Rice in the middle, great save, and Martinelli followed up his save too. Thibaut Courtois with a double save in the highest order.
Brilliant stop. The first one from the Declan Rice header is outstanding. Second one, tight angle for Martinelli. Still expect him to make that save. Brilliant work from Thibaut Courtois there.
Keeps it 0-0. Partey.
Real Madrid. यार इतना भी अलाउ मत करो भाई.
Saka.
Cross करें.
It's a tempting one for Martinelli, but it always looked tough.
Great work this goalkeeper. It's a brilliant ball in, and that header. It's difficult because it bounces in front of the goal and he's got to pick it up. He's got to absolutely make sure he gets that right with one hand. Now look at him, back up on his feet again to make sure he's there to deny Martinelli. Great football. Great football all round.
Top class goalkeeping from Courtois, who has missed a few games with a muscle injury. Indeed, Fran Gonzalez made his debut in goal for Real Madrid at the weekend in a defeat to Valencia because Andre Lunin is injured at the moment. Odegaard forward.
Relax.
I think it's been a really good watch. Really good. Arsenal nice and bright and brisk in those opening 15-20 minutes. Testing, there was a few sloppy mistakes from both teams actually early on, first 5. Then Real Madrid gradually come back into it and Mbappe became a little more of an influence. And Arsenal finished the half really well, giving Courtois plenty to think about.
Camavinga's won that superbly from Mikel Merino. Camavinga. Rodrigo.
30 seconds.
35 seconds of added time still to play. Real Madrid probing patiently. That's a nice little ball inside of Gabriel Martinelli. Valverde looking to Camavinga, who hits the shot off target.
Yeah, I think actually Valverde there put it in the box. I think Bellingham and everyone was already in there. By the time it comes back out to Camavinga, they're all standing and a bit static. The shot is wayward. I think we've got a great second half to look forward to, I really do.
Well, the referee blows his whistle. It's goalless, but it's been absolutely fascinating. And a game of the highest order. Bukayo Saka has been a constant threat down that right-hand side. Declan Rice saw a header superbly saved by Courtois, who then got to his feet to deny Martinelli from the follow-up. Mbappe maybe with the best chance of the game, saved by David Raya. It is goalless. Arsenal 0, Real Madrid 0.
Arsenal 0, Real Madrid 0.
This match is brought to you by MasterCard, UEFA Champions League sponsor.
Let's join back after 15 minutes break.
It's been a great watch so far. Nothing to separate both the sides. Arsenal started really well, but Real Madrid controlled the game, managed the game. It's 0-0, quarter way into this tie.
This match is brought to you by MasterCard, UEFA Champions League sponsor.
इतनी मेहनत के बाद खाना अच्छा होना तो बनता है। मेहनत का फल वीबा होता है।
The one, the only. Happy Fizz. Feel the fizz.
La vida es un ritmo que escoger, paso a paso hay que correr.
Red Bull gives you wings.
That's it!
हेलो, ब्रेकफास्ट में क्या खाती हो?
Kellogg's Muesli. 12 grains, fruits, nuts and seeds की एनर्जी वाला मेरा पावर ब्रेकफास्ट Kellogg's Muesli. तो आपने किया पावर ब्रेकफास्ट?
Sunil's coverage co-presented by Jim Beam Club Soda. Best enjoyed together. Partner, Walk Talk by Viva.
Want to know the secret of my success? Hard work, dedication, and Denver, the center of my success.
Sunil's coverage partner, Walk Talk by Viva. This match is brought to you by Oppo, UEFA Champions League sponsor.
At the halfway mark tonight, the first leg, nothing to separate Arsenal and Real Madrid, but courtesy Lautaro Martinez, Inter Milan have that lead against Bayern Munich. Welcome back everyone to Champions League Charcha, still in the company with the beautiful people. Let's get straight into it from North London. Courtois once again, frustrating English teams. I should know that as well. What a double save, Christian Bahim, against your Arsenal.
Yeah, I think it was our best chance this game as well. I thought at least the rebound, I think Martinelli took it. I thought maybe then, but it was a great double save from him. I'm still surprised that it's 0-0 at halftime because I think there were some great chances this half.
Arsenal were brave, won they throughout the game. This is just an example of how they were trying to attack, you know, missing that striker, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. I think Madrid were counter-attacking really well as well. So I think to keep up with them, keep up with the pace also was difficult. I think a good crowd performance. Really wish that we had someone who could finish most of those chances, but nevertheless a great performance.
Yeah, it is 0-0, yeah.
You want me to sign?
Immediately. Deal done. But Madrid grew into the game, Dhanuka, and they created some great chances. Mbappe with the best chance of the game.
True, and this is pretty much what Carlo's gameplay is also like, right? Pounce when you get the chance, especially on the counters. So Mbappe with a couple of good chances there. One was offside, but then, and there was a Vinicius chance as well. A couple of chances from Vinicius actually. One in which this was one, and then there was also another one where Mbappe was in front of him, but he didn't see that, and then there's some miscommunication, and that was a pretty good chance as well.
Yeah, Vinicius having a lot of the ball. The left flank, of course, Real Madrid is dominant, isn't it?
I think so. I think that's happening because Saka's taking on Alaba a lot. That means Vinicius is one-on-one with the fullbacks as well. So I think for Vinny to just keep on doing this, it could be the key for Madrid to get the opener. This was another opportunity by Mbappe, but he was offside. This run for me as a striker, it is so good to watch. But that finish, I think Mbappe tried to be clever and wanted to be just put Raya over the ball rather than going for that second post or the far post where there could have been a rebound. But for me, these half chances Madrid have to take on, because Arsenal are not taking this lightly. They're attacking with intent, and this is a prime example. We knew the weakest link somewhere would have been Alaba, and that's been happening. Camavinga in the midfield has been one of Madrid's best players. But, honestly, Saka with some balls that are getting whipped in, that's why I told Kishan, I'm ready if you want. So only if I couldn't see it. Saka's just everywhere on that pitch. Either the ball's been behind the strikers or there have been no strikers in the box. And I'm sure Arteta at halftime would be saying that, listen, that Saka's getting the better of Alaba. Make sure you get at the end of that. Not just one person arriving on the near post, but someone also making those late runs from midfield to get on a cutback. And you know what? Madrid fans will be worried right now.
Yeah, Robin is certainly worried right now, but if you're an Inter Milan supporter, you'll be delighted with how your team has fared so far in Munich, because Lautaro Martinez, the leading goal scorer in the history when it comes to European football. Just this is the play that we're talking about. Look at that, Robin. What a finish.
For me, the finish is brilliant. Martinez with everything in his locker to finish that. But this touch from Thuram, the weight of that touch just laid on a platter. Martinez making it look very easy, to be honest. That the outside of his foot, it's never easy. Calling out his inner charisma, if you want to call it that. What a finish, man. What a finish. We knew this, and I said this earlier before this game kicked off, that if Inter can get through the Bayern press, they will get a goal. And that's exactly what happened. If you see that attack, they got through the press, and when that ball got whipped in, Thuram with the awareness that where is my striking partner, just setting that ball up perfectly.
And by the way, all right, what a great finish by of course Martinez, but Kane had a great chance as well for Bayern Munich. Let's have a look at that. You know what? He has to be finishing these chances, because when you're playing against a tough team defensively, Kishan, of course, from your North London rival back in the day, Spurs, but this is a great chance. You expect Harry Kane to bury that.
Yeah. But I also think the positioning of the keeper as well made it a bit more difficult for him. But yeah, at this stage maybe he should be a little better.
A golden opportunity for Bayern Munich to level things in this side, but at the moment the Italians lead. Robin mentioned, of course, that we've got a tweet coming. Let's take that tweet right now. The sports doc is saying Arsenal has been paying the cost of not having a number 9 since January. Today it was more evident than ever. 2 tap-ins, but none to convert. And yes, Courtois is constant. Good watch till half-time. Isak, right? Isak, 150 million, right? This is what we're talking about.
No, yeah, I think we should have definitely signed a striker last summer as well, because we knew that Jesus was getting injured a little bit more often. I don't think Kai Havertz is the right striker option that we have, definitely not. No. And we don't have anyone else who's a pure striker who can play, so we miss on that.
I think in modern day football, or football the way it is right now, you need an out-and-out number 9, and I think Arsenal's really missing that. I've been training.
Yeah, you've been training, but what's missing for Real Madrid, Dhanuka, so far in the first half?
I think our defensive woes continue, so we have to rely on our individual brilliance, I would say, as we always do. But I pretty much expected it to be this way, but we have to be more clinical in finishing. We always struggle there, and you can't get as many chances, as in any other game. So you have to bury those chances, because this is very, very important.
It certainly is very important. It is very evenly poised in North London. Nothing to separate both the sides. But Inter, of course, lead. And 1 second is all it takes to score a goal. And, of course, 1 kiss is all it takes when it comes to Dua Lipa to fall in love with everyone and football as well. Let the love continue. Both the games. Hopefully more goals. Robin is expecting a few more goals. Second half, fast approaching. It's very, very evenly poised.
This match is brought to you by MasterCard, UEFA Champions League sponsor.
रिकॉर्ड तोड़ दिया, नया इतिहास रख दिया यहाँ पर बुमराह ने। जब ये टीम उतरती है मैदान में, एक जुनून और जज्बा नजर आता है। कौन कहता है कि इंग्लैंड को पता है आक्रामक क्रिकेट खेलना? अजमत इसको कहते हैं। टीम इंग्लैंड पे करना है वार, बड़ी श्रृंखला और ये बड़ा मुकाबला।
लाइव सोनी लिव और सोनी स्पोर्ट्स नेटवर्क पर।
Es un ritmo que escoger, paso a paso hay que correr. Baby zine badal le, do it like this, do it like that. Oh baby zine badal le.
मैं निकला ओ गड्डी लेके ओ रस्ते एक मोड़ आया मैं उठे दिल छोड़ आया
Red Bull gives you wings.
That's it.
हेलो, ब्रेकफास्ट में क्या खाती हो?
Kellogg's Muesli, 12 grains, fruits, nuts and seeds की एनर्जी वाला मेरा पावर ब्रेकफास्ट Kellogg's Muesli। तो आपने किया पावर ब्रेकफास्ट।
खीरा खुश हुआ।
अब मैं कैरेट नहीं 24 कैरेट हूँ।
टमाटर यम यम हो गया।
क्योंकि इसमें है रियल इंग्रेडिएंट्स का रियल टेस्ट।
Del Monte dressings, made by chefs, loved by all.
Mayo, you complete me. So thick, so creamy,
so yummy. Del Monte Mayo डालेगा तो टेस्ट तो बढ़ेगा।
Del Monte Mayo, made by chefs, loved by all.
Taco Bell, naked veggie taco.
Soya है naked, carrot है naked, onion peel है naked, tomato peel है naked, veggie crunch है naked, yummy munch है naked, shell veggie है naked, taste crazy है naked, fillings है naked, hard bite की feelings है naked, naked for real.
ताड़ी शॉप बंद होने के बाद 11 लोग अंदर बैठकर ताड़ी पीते हुए ताश खेल रहे थे।
बाबू आत्महत्या नहीं कर सकता, ये जरूर मर्डर है।
एक केस है, खूनी ने इतने लोगों के बीच में कत्ल किया और ये किसी भी एंगल से आत्महत्या नहीं लगती।
लिव और सोनी स्पोर्ट्स नेटवर्क पर।
This match is brought to you by Oppo, UEFA Champions League sponsor.
Arsenal making their way out of it. They have to make their pressure count in the first leg because Heat's got to come on in the second leg. Can they turn it around? Let's find out.
All the teams are back on the field. Arsenal is standing up to them.
This match is brought to you by Oppo, UEFA Champions League sponsor.
And the team huddle as usual.
Half-time team talk, Robin, must have been really intense for Arteta because the team has played well. They have to make it count in the first leg.
During the half-time team talk, I'm sure Arteta has said just say more of the same thing that they saw in the first half and just add that last finishing touch, get the striker in the box, get another midfielder making those late runs to cause all sort of difficulties for Madrid. And for Ancelotti, he must be thinking right now, how do I stop Saka? He's been the most dangerous player and the most busy player for Madrid has been come out big and go to Arsenal. For me, I think Arsenal are doing everything right except the last bit that is required to get a goal for Arsenal in this game.
Both teams have been great defensively. It's been a great watch. Will we see few more chances in the tunnel? Real Madrid, will they show up in the second half? Ancelotti will certainly hope so.
Strides out leading his Real Madrid side, goalless at the break at Arsenal. Two very good. Or one double save very late in the half from Thibaut Courtois, keeping it that way. Real Madrid have shown a threat at times in what was an excellent first 45 minutes, as you would expect between two such proficient sides as Arsenal and Real Madrid. Here they come, the visitors, 15-time European champions. No sign of any changes from either coach in the half-time period.
I'm adding a Discord link as well.
And Mikel Arteta will have found plenty of positives in that first 45.
So that I'm able to get that.
But no one found a breakthrough.
Okay,
so defending the clock end, Arsenal get the second period underway. And let's hope the second half, Andy, is as good as the first, and maybe we get a breakthrough along the way somewhere too.
Well, of course, once we get to the hour mark, as ever, sometimes the games start to become even more stretched. We saw plenty of good attacking intent from both teams during the first 45 minutes. I think we're going to get plenty more.
It was blocked by Modric, Courtois. Nicely done. Gabriel Martinelli into the path of Declan Rice. Rice back into the box. Quite teared up for Ødegaard. That was Mikel Merino's intention.
Yeah, tough one actually to do anything with that. Lucky. Nice little interplay down the left side between Martinelli and Declan Rice, but Mikel Merino just trying to take the pace out of that cross, cushion it back for Ødegaard.
Seeing pictures this week of the signing pictures when Ødegaard joined Real Madrid just after his 16th birthday in a stripy black and white pullover. It almost looked like it could have been knitted by his nan. He barely looked 14, let alone 16. It must have been a bewildering experience for one so young.
Mr. Gabriel.
And there is Gabriel. Will be out of action for the rest of this season.
Oh, okay.
Arsenal central defender and trusted partner of Saliba.
Well, apart from one or two little runs from Vinicius Junior in the first half, I think Jurrien Timber has done a decent job against him. Arsenal in the main have kept that particular avenue from Real Madrid pretty quiet. Same with Rodrigo on the right side. Not a tremendous amount from him. Most of the main threat has always been through Mbappe. That one-on-one situation he had with David Raya. Expected a little better the finish from him.
Real Madrid have been successful in each of their last 12 Champions League quarter-finals. Arsenal went out at this stage of the competition last season to Bayern Munich.
Arsenal once again in their slow possession build-up there at the back. William Saliba, Kivior.
Saliba.
Saliba. Not Saliba. Saliba.
Kivior.
Martinelli on the left, and give it to him in the box.
Martinelli's attempted cross. It's a goal kick to Real Madrid.
Yeah, good work from Rodrigo there, getting back with Valverde to double team him. To just force Gabriel Martinelli to go down the line. I think in the main the message from Mikel Arteta will be keep it going, more of the same. Just try and eradicate those unnecessary, unforced errors. They're the ones, at this stage of this competition, they're the ones that can often get punished. So we've just got to be careful that they get their basics right.
A little poor play by
and Lewis Skelly nudging off Rodrigo. Mikel Merino on the turn. Luka Modric got a foot in.
Great challenge. Chance that actually Merino too slow in turning with that. Brilliant challenge from Luka Modric.
Here he is again. Mbappe. There's been very little to choose between the sides in terms of the statistics. And certainly on the scoreboard, there's nothing between them. Rudiger's popped up with some important goals this season. Bellingham helping it on. Mbappe, tight angle side netting. That's what they can do though, and he needs a pass or two.
Lovely ball from Rudiger. Great run from Jude Bellingham. The cushion layoff first time is perfect. It's just whether Mbappe could have hit it initially. In the end, he has a touch which just narrows his angle a little more. That's very typical of Real Madrid.
Yes.
And just in front of Arsenal, then all of a sudden one clever pass and they're in behind them.
Lou Skelly, for whom this has been a breakthrough season, finding Gabriel Martinelli.
Once again,
Saka in his usual position, ready for the first time in the second half. We're in Timber. Saka into Ødegaard, who tried to get it back into Saka. Camavinga found the ball rattling between his ankles. And that's a nice looking ball. Vinicius Junior scampering forward. Rodrigo and Mbappe arriving in measured fashion. Here is Mbappe. Rodrigo.
All 10 players of Arsenal attack in the box.
Did well, recovered very quickly there, Arsenal. Just looked like a little chance maybe for Mbappe to again get that ball out of his feet, take the shot. He didn't. And everybody now back behind the ball again.
Rodrigo. David Alaba back into Antonio Rudiger, and now Modric.
Yes. Just to do some analytics on the screen.
Well read by Timber, but then given away. Camavinga. Camavinga was knocked over there, but Real Madrid go on. It's scooped up towards Rodrigo. David Raya with the take. Camavinga down, holding his face. And it's going to be the first yellow card of the game. And Partey is the recipient of it.
It's a pretty hefty challenge, that, but whether or not Thomas Partey, how much he knows about it, probably only he can absolutely be the judge of that.
Arsenal do have 3 players who are 1 yellow card away from missing the second leg of this quarter-final. Partey not one of them. There'll be a reset on yellow cards after the quarter-finals.
So I think ball was already crossed into the Arsenal box. Off the ball part.
And by reset, I suppose I mean amnesty.
Yeah. Arsenal's ball once again.
Here's Saliba. Kivion.
Narrow in the middle of the park, Real Madrid, you can see Jude Bellingham top of the screen. Rodrigo down here. Keeping nice and compact. Allowing Arsenal to go wide. And then they'll shut that down as quick as they can, recover from that.
Here is Saka infield to Partey. That's nicely worked, Rice. Move the ball a little bit quicker. They nearly got Rice in.
It's unlucky, yeah. It's a wicked deflection. Comes off Raul Asensio's side of his head. Declan Rice very close to getting there first. Nice play again from Arsenal.
It will be their corner throw-in rather. I think it was Lewis Skelly who actually played that pass just that little first time. Just sped it up a bit. Here is Lewis Skelly. Saka, David Alaba in front of him. Saka drifting inside. Alaba has caught it in the end, and it's a free kick to Arsenal.
Again, no surprises when Bukayo Saka gets it immediately. Wants to work David Alaba. It's that hand on the shoulder and a little sharp and a little bit too much there. Bukayo Saka going down right in front of the referee. Free kick Arsenal. Shooting distance, no doubt about that. It's going to take something special to beat Courtois from here, but...
Well, Odegaard is something special. And is certainly a contender to take it. There is Nicholas Yoder, the set-piece coach of Arsenal. Well, Odegaard has stepped away from this. Could be Declan Rice.
Oh, he scored! Amazing!
Only three in the wall. Rice goes round it!
Amazing!
That is absolutely brilliant! Declan Rice breaks the deadlock with a fabulous free kick.
Real Madrid is shocked.
Arsenal lead Real Madrid by a goal to nil. And it is a wonderful goal.
Oh, what a hit. I said it's got to be something special to beat Courtois from there. And that's exactly what Declan Rice has just served up. That was special. Incredible hit. I think everybody wondering how that one beats him. Let's have a look from this angle. Oh, it's a stunner. It's an absolute stunner because it goes around the wall and comes back in. He could not have hit that any better. Even if there was another person on the end of the wall next to Valverde, it would have still ended up in the back of the net. That's an incredible strike. Wow, what a hit.
Oh, that is absolutely top draw. Declan Rice. And Arsenal strike first in this quarter-final. Whistler's gone here. Arsenal thought they might have been in again. Well, a test now for the champions of Europe.
Well, they won't panic because they've been in far bigger holes than this. So they'll just keep doing what they do. Look at the Bernabeu, anything. I mean, absolutely anything is possible. So Real will just continue to pop it around and play their football.
throw-in. Vinicius Junior trying to get those visiting Real Madrid supporters to make some noise, but at the moment it's all London noise.
Oh, it's such a great free kick, that, Steve. You know, you've got your set-piece coach and you've got all these people and you think you're going to come up with something better. Listen, if someone runs up to it and has the belief to strike it and really go for it and hits it true, you don't need to do any more than that. That'll be a Real Madrid corner kick. Vinicius Junior's cross blocked by Timber. We've played an hour. Arsenal 1, Real Madrid 0. Well, he knew how to hit a free kick. I was there, actually, in Stade Jalon in Lyon, when Roberto Carlos hit a free kick for Brazil against France, which is one of the most famous free kicks ever hit. It wasn't quite Declan Rice's one. It wasn't quite of that standard, but my goodness me. Here comes the Real Madrid corner kick. Flicked on by Bellingham into the gloves of David Ryan. Just saw Nicolas Jovet there, just actually motioning with his arm to bend it, to whip it. And that's exactly what Declan Rice did.
If you've never seen that Roberto Carlos free kick from 1997, I suggest you go and have a look at it. And take a look at the photographer who's sitting about 6 meters wide of the upright because he thinks the ball's going to hit him. And then it starts swerving back in and goes in.
Yeah, he used to do it with the outside of his boot, didn't he? You know, and get it to come back in from all sorts of crazy angles. But he'll have had to take his hat off to Declan Rice for that one, I would think.
Brilliant. Here's Camavinga.
No.
Saliba. Rice. There's a swagger about Arsenal now. Odegaard. Odegaard, a little bit of room here. Bukayo Saka. Put behind by David Alaba. It's going to be a corner kick to Arsenal.
Good moment this for the Gunners in this game, really is. Just got in front. Another chance now to apply pressure. Get your delivery right. They've been causing teams in the Premier League problems all season with these.
The wind of a wonderful goal and 60,000 voices in their sails here, Arsenal. They have a corner kick. In goes that corner, up goes Courtois. Takes it really well.
Great hands. A lot of traffic in and around in there, Thibaut Courtois, but
That's what Real Madrid to do that.
Camavinga.
Real Madrid do that.
Well, in the league phase, Real Madrid were beaten in Lille and Liverpool, and at home by Milan. Lost the second leg of the round of 16 in Madrid against Atleti, of course, but went through on penalties, and they're losing here. Bellingham, Camavinga, Rudiger. Just had to hurry a little Rudiger. Here is David Alaba. Vinicius Junior. There's a gap and he's gone through it. Declan Rice is in just the right spot to keep it away from Bellingham.
What are you guys doing?
I'm not sure he's ever hit a better one.
no, I don't think he would have done. Or certainly a more important one. absolutely perfectly hit.
Rodrigo. Valverde from Modric. Well read by David Raya. It's the story so far.
Must keep pushing, must keep looking to get a second, Arsenal. Of course, goes without saying, those guys at the back now, full focus and concentration. Don't give anything daft away, but...
Partey through, Declan Rice, and just about enough from Raul Asensio. Just about enough. Great free kick to Real Madrid.
They've made, Steve, a lot of good runs like that, Arsenal, in the box, and that ball has given Real Madrid a lot of problems in between full-back and centre-half.
A roar as Kivior dispossesses Mbappe. Saka. Bukayo Saka. Gabriel Martinelli. Kivior. And still, and Martinelli! And surely what a save! Marino denied, and again, unbelievable! Wow! Incredible goalkeeping by Thibaut Courtois! You won't see too many better saves than these.
Astonishing work again from the goalkeeper, but brilliant effort initially. Fabulous work from Alaba to get back on the line. This strike from Martinelli is a good one. That one's parried away with two hands. David Alaba, number 4, watch him get him back as the goalkeeper tries to recover to make sure he knocks that one away. I mean, that's brilliant defending, that is. And the final one, the goalie's back up on his feet again to make sure he knocks this one away. Oh, it's outstanding football.
This second half has belonged to Arsenal. In goes the corner kick. Courtois comes. Got a punch on it. Declan Rice back in and away again. From almost on the goal line by Bellingham.
Yeah, Real Madrid on the ropes here. They really are.
Ødegaard. Saka wriggling through. Partey. Free kick is given.
Yeah. Great play, Bukayo Saka. Just resisting the challenge from Jude Bellingham. He's not happy there. He feels like he's caught one on... Oh, yeah, he's just gone underneath Camavinga's foot there. That's a painful one. That was the strike from Declan Rice that, again, it was Bellingham this time back on the line. No genuine power in that one, but even so, never easy. You've got to make sure you get something on it, and he does. Yeah, that could have been a painful one, that, for Bukayo Saka, because Camavinga just landed on his ankle a little bit.
The challengers have landed the champions squarely on the jaw here.
Yeah.
And this is, to keep that boxing analogy going, just those crucial moments in a bout where the big man is seeing stars.
Yeah, they've just got to hang in there, you're right. Because if Arsenal got a second one now, it wouldn't flatter them. They've been really good. Last 10 minutes in particular, really good.
Well, the question is, does Declan Rice go for it again?
I wouldn't think twice, Steve. If I was Declan Rice, I'd be telling everybody, get out of the way. I'm going to have another go. Look at me going for the top corner, right, going for it. He knows that's probably where it's got to be. Maybe Odegaard fancies this one because the left footer can go round the wall the other way. Yeah, that would make a little more sense. It means Courtois got further to go.
Four in the wall again, 2 red and white shirts on the end of it. Who's it going to be? Rice or Odegaard? It's Rice again!
Oh! My goodness!
Incredible! This is Declan Rice's night. Arsenal 2, Real Madrid 0. 2 unbelievable free kicks from Declan Rice. And Arsenal now are in the quarter-final box seat because they lead by 2.
Well, that is better than the first. An absolutely incredible strike.
Oh man.
Oh my word, it's hit the side netting. Right in the top corner. Absolutely unbelievable work from Declan Rice. The first one was an absolute pearler. That is just incredible. What a strike.
I don't think you can take better free kicks than those 2.
Never. Look, he can't believe it.
I cannot believe what they've seen.
Because they're so pure, those strikes. They are just out of the absolute top draw.
He's increased his season's goal tally by 50% in 12 minutes. With 2 goals he will never forget.
No.
If he scores a third, he'll take that goal home with him and have it in his back garden.
My goodness me. I don't think I've seen 2 better hit free kicks by the same person. I can't remember anyone coming close to those 2 in the same game.
Rodrigo. Camavinga floating it around toward Alaba. David Raya is there. The striker's gone down here.
He might have a problem with that ankle. Not surprised because it looked a little bit of a tricky one when he first felt that.
Camavinga's out of the second leg of this quarter-final. He's got a yellow card.
I wonder what he's thinking, Declan, right now. Because that one is just...
What a curler.
Just a dream.
Is there actually anything you can do as a goalkeeper, as a defensive team?
No, you can't get them. They're top corner. They're top corner with pace as well. There's nothing you can do about them, Steve. Nothing at all. Yeah, that says it all. That says it all. It's a brilliant, brilliant strike. They know it. They still won't panic, this Real Madrid team, and they'll still believe that however this one finishes tonight, I mean, certainly if Arsenal were to get another one, well, now we are then talking in different territory. But Real Madrid have come down. I've seen them 2 behind with 10 minutes left, and they turn it round. So they'll still believe that they're capable of absolutely anything. That's a shame, and that's going to be a real blow.
Yeah.
If he's going to miss. Yeah,
is coming on. Luka Modric has gone off, by the way. Lucas Vazquez has come on for him, and Trossard is on for Saka. That is a really big blow. No disrespect to Trossard, of course, intended.
No, not at all, but I mentioned about how good he'd been, Bukayo Saka, at running at David Alaba and tested him. But Leandro Trossard always has a knack for getting an important goal or 2. He's just that sort of player. Arrives in good positions and can finish.
Arsenal 2, Real Madrid with 2 simply stunning set pieces from Declan Rice. David Raya to Partey, Marino to Rice.
Shoot.
He might. Found Trossard. Lewis Skelly. It's through! It's Mikel Marino! Arsenal have scored 3 times in 17 minutes against Real Madrid. They are in dreamland here.
What a brilliant finish this one is too. Real Madrid are absolutely shell-shocked. They're stunned. They haven't got near Arsenal for the best part of 20 minutes. That is another beautifully controlled strike, and they're looking up, hoping that someone's going to tell them that one of these goals is chalked off, but I don't think it's going to be. Look at Marino, right centre of the pitch. Oh, is that offside?
Trossard.
Oh, yeah, he looks like he could be. He could be there. I mean, that's such a good finish, that, because Courtois then skipping backwards across his line as that one then goes back to his right-hand side, and he can't get it. Trossard looked close, didn't he? He did. Look at that. That's a great finish again.
Brilliant finish. The way he stepped away to find the space, and then just a clipped curler into the corner, but
He
looked very tight, but it's 3-0. Rodrigo's ball into the penalty area. Partey here for Arsenal. 3-0. They couldn't have dreamt it.
But they full value for it, Steve. I really think second half, Carlo Ancelotti's boys have been nowhere near it at all. They really haven't got going. Maybe the first 5 minutes of the second period, but that side, it's been all Arsenal. Once that first one went in, the shrug in the shoulders, the Madrid fans that have travelled in their good numbers to London, that they are some distance away now from a Champions League semi-final. Any other team, I'd say it's all done, apart from Real Madrid.
Kylian for Trossard with a foul on Lucas Vazquez. Well, I hesitate to say it could get worse, but Real Madrid have to make absolutely certain it doesn't.
Yeah.
But it could.
It could. No, of course it could. Arsenal will sense it as well. They'll know the history of the team they're playing against and what they've done in previous competitions and how they've won from the most incredible situations.
That's a great ball by Alaba down the line to Vinicius Junior. Mbappe's in the middle, Rodrigo there too. Vinicius Junior. Bellingham has committed a frustrated foul on Arsenal's captain.
Your arm around someone's shoulder and grab them once and then do it again. Look, that's pure frustration from Jude Bellingham. He knows it. Lucky to get away with that. They're hanging on here, they really are.
I think if you'd said to Arsenal before this game, pick your scoreline, they might have gone 3-0. No, let's be realistic. 2 is as good as we can hope for, but here they are, 3-0 up. 3 magnificent goals.
That's the first one. That was Declan Rice's first. This one. I mean, that one, he will never, in his career, Steve, strike a better one than that. That's better than the first, and that's just, look, you can see the reaction from his teammates. To get 2 like that in the same game is breathtaking stuff. It really is.
That's Jorginho who couldn't believe what he'd seen from Declan Rice, who is now receiving treatment.
Just got a bit of a whack on his ankle there. You can see the blood just coming through his sock. It's going to take a bit more than that, I think, to keep him out of this one. This maybe.
Look at those Arsenal fans. Real Madrid have taken off David Alaba and brought on Fran Garcia. And Tierney is coming on for Rice.
Just took a bit of a kick to the ankle there, Declan Rice. Hopefully again, it's not going to be too serious. Kieran Tierney now going to come on and make sure he gets up to speed as quick as he can.
So Declan Rice subbed off.
Confirmation of that Real Madrid change. David Alaba has found Saka a handful. Now, if you're Arsenal, if you're Mikel Arteta, are you thinking, do we try and score a fourth in the last 10 minutes, or just make sure we go to Madrid 3 goals up?
Yeah. I mean, look, it's a clean sheet now is absolutely everything. It really is. However, I think what you do when you get the chance to put it in the box, or you get the chance to hit it from the edge of the box, Steve, you do it.
May not be too many times that you get to play against a Real Madrid side who seem dazed and confused. Oh, it's a nice flick. Ødegaard nearly got there, hammered away by Raul Asensio. Well, he's just written his name in Arsenal folklore, I think.
Oh, he has with those 2 strikes, honestly.
Valverde's forward ball. Vinicius Junior travelling well, jabbed away by Partey. Bellingham trying to win it back. Fran Garcia getting involved. Bellingham for Real Madrid. Vasquez to Rodrigo. Making Lewis Skelly. And it's a free kick to Arsenal.
Do you know, it's 82 minutes. That's the first time Rodrigo has got the ball at his feet and actually tried to take on somebody in front of him. For the rest of the game, every time he's got it, he stepped inside, give it back to midfield players. There's that Marino goal. Beautifully controlled, that one. And again, he's just pulled away from that penalty spot position. Got the cutback, and what a goal that is. And as good as Declan Rice's were, that is the most important one. That really is, because that third, they all know now, they've got to produce something incredible at the Bernabeu.
17 minutes. The may end Real Madrid's time as champions of Europe. We shall see. Gabriel Martinelli has won a corner kick for Arsenal. Bellingham complaining about Lewis Skelly. Just a little rake on the back of the calf.
Was appear to have very pleased of his work.
Six and a half minutes of normal time to go. Arsenal have a corner. Alarm bells ringing for Real Madrid. In comes the Ødegaard delivery. Up goes Courtois. Saliba was in front of him. Courtois reached it. Trossard then trying to, and a foul by Kieran Tierney and a free kick to Real Madrid.
Well, this is a vital last probably 10 minutes, including stoppage time, for Real Madrid to try and come up with something. Yet more changes.
Yeah, it's Brahim Diaz coming on for Rodrigo.
I don't think anyone will take this care of them anyway.
And there are a little over 5 minutes of normal time to go. Given away. Mikel Merino to Kieran Tierney.
So Real Madrid sure from the league.
Timber. Martinelli. Trossard is in the middle. So is Rudiger. Partey and Bellingham together. All has gone out of play. It will be a Real Madrid throw-in. Mikel Merino.
They've hardly stitched two passes together, Real Madrid, for about half an hour. Honestly, been so poor this second half.
Could be a fourth defeat in 9 games for Carlo Ancelotti's side.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Who will be placed next season?
Odegaard here for Arsenal, finding Partey. Given away by Thomas Partey. Diaz forward, but he's made amends. Midfielder finding Kivior. David Raya, that's
Brilliant.
very good. Trossard charging forward. Trossard for Odegaard. It was the attempt to find Mikel Merino.
Okay, so we have... Oh!
Well, in some ways, an English victory fashioned in Spain.
Inter leading Bayern by 2 goals to 1. And just now, David Patisi has scored the second goal. Wow.
Mikel Arteta,
The match is interesting here.
the conductor. Mikel Merino, one of the goal scorers. David Raya with important early save from Mbappe. It's left Carlo Ancelotti's side with a huge amount to do.
Yeah. These games, these Champions League games at this stage of this competition are all about those big moments, and you won't see anything bigger than those 2 Declan Rice free kicks, honestly. They were both incredible goals. They really were. The third one was a brilliant team goal.
It's a goal kick.
अरे एक गोल तो कर दो यार, वो तो इज्जत रखो.
Dribbles out of play via a deflection for a Real Madrid throw-in. There are 90 seconds of normal time to play. Fran Garcia with a high dropping ball which Kieran Tierney wins in the air. Well, there was very little, Andy, between the two sides in the first half. There's been a gulf in the second.
There has. Arsenal been on the front foot all the time, attacking when they can. And whenever that ball's been bouncing around in the middle of the park, it's a red shirt that's been getting onto it, stepping forward.
Kieran Tierney chasing this. Lucas Vazquez here. Well, this must go down as one of the greatest nights in Arsenal's European history. Is that a free kick? It's not. Valverde sending it away. Fran Garcia out to Vinicius Junior. It's resting in the tail here. It's a great blocking challenge from Timber, and David Raya is there. But it will only be one of the greatest European nights in Arsenal's history if they win the tie.
Yeah, it's been some performance, it really has. It's been a wonderful game to watch. But it's not done yet. As I mentioned, I think with any other team on the planet, I think if you're 3 up in a quarter-final, you'd think you've got it sorted. But I've seen it too many times in Spain and in the Bernabeu, as we see these wonderful strikes again. I mean, there's been some amazing free kick specialists over the years, none better than Zidane, who graced that 5 shirt at Real Madrid. I tell you, I don't even think I saw him at 2 like that. I mean, just incredible. The third goal was wonderful as well. And they crumbled a little bit. In that period, Real Madrid had gone under.
Yeah.
And there's been signs of that this season, Steve, with some of their performances, particularly of late. They've been sneaking through matches, squeezing past their opponents narrowly. There's nothing wrong with that, but it has suggested that it's not always been plain sailing for them tonight. They've been totally outplayed.
Ben White is on for Jurgen Timber. Raul Asensio, I think that went out of play off Lucas Vázquez, it did. Well, you look back to late October, early November, when Real Madrid lost at home to Barcelona 4-0, and then at home to Milan in the Champions League phase 3-1 back-to-back. Not long after that, they lost at Liverpool in the Champions League, and then against Athletic in Bilbao. There have been some poor periods this season for Carlo Ancelotti's side, who are 4 points adrift of Barcelona in the league table. They'll play Barcelona in the Copa del Rey final. They've got some work to do if they're going to go to Munich in the Champions League final.
4-4-4, no line.
Fran Garcia. Rudiger. Kylian Mbappe. Bellingham is in the middle. Mbappe here. And still Federico Valverde. Trossard did well. Vázquez.
A goal from Madrid, a goal. Last 40 seconds left.
Well, this could change the complexion completely if Real Madrid need something now. Mbappe threatening to do just that. He's gone to ground.
Well, he's unlucky. Nice run that. Just got away from him a little bit right at the end there. Kylian Mbappe. It was a good run.
Right.
Leandro Trossard has been fouled. And Camavinga has got a second yellow card, and Real Madrid's misery is more or less complete because he is sent off.
Well, that just about, as you say, Steve, sums it up for Real Madrid this evening. As Eduardo Camavinga storms down the tunnel. It's been that sort of night for them.
Well, he would have missed the second leg anyway because he picked up a third yellow card.
Was it for kicking the ball away there? Is that what it was for? I think it might be.
Could well be.
Because actually he wasn't really involved in the foul. It must have been when he towed the ball away. Ancelotti not too pleased though, and not too impressed with what Camavinga has done. As you say, albeit he wasn't playing next week anyway.
David Raya smashes the ball away downfield for Arsenal. Saliba's header, Partey. In this competition, against this football club, that is just about as good as it will ever get. Arsenal have swiped away Real Madrid in this second half with two fabulous Declan free kicks and a Mikel Merino goal. The champions of Europe have a huge amount to do here because they're 3-0 down after the first leg.
Yeah, that's some night, that is, for Arsenal. That really is. They scored some brilliant goals, but they played really well in the second half. They had good moments in the first period. Madrid had one or two as well. The second half, Arsenal really upped the tempo, asked more questions, and scored 3 stunning goals. As good a goals as you'll see anywhere in the Champions League.
It does not flatter them, but the job is but half done. The Bernabeu awaits in the second leg, but Arsenal have a huge advantage to take to the Spanish capital after a night which few who have witnessed it will forget and which he will never forget. It's finished. Arsenal 3, Real Madrid 0.
2 goals to 1. Let's see how it goes next week. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in.
This match is brought to you by MasterCard, UEFA Champions League sponsor.
The Arsenal faithful, they've waited for nights like these for years, for decades, some might even say for centuries. They've never won the European Cup, but tonight certainly feels like a huge step towards that. What a result for Arsenal against all odds. Beating that man thrice in a night is not easy. Rice is a legend in the eyes of all the Arsenal fans. 3-0 for the Arsenal.
This match is brought to you by MasterCard, UEFA Champions League sponsor.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video. This was my first one, so definitely I'll try to improve as much as possible in the future streams. Today, though it was a shorter night, but I had a great time. Thanks so much. Once again, if you like my channel, please subscribe, comment, like and share. And support me growing my gaming community. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Have a nice night to all the Indian fans, and have a nice Christmas to anyone who is watching from Indian fans. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Take care guys. Bye bye. Namaste. See you next time.